Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Geekin Out. I'm yours truly, the Nate Myster here for the audio mind video from Geekin Out. So let's get some discussions down real quick. This is something I wanted to do for a while with you guys. I want to do, more videos and then more streams, and then the whole thing with, the channel hitting 3,000 subscribers. I want to thank y'all for that as well. So I want to just keep building up more of the content. One of the best ways is to mix it up a bit, do live streams and videos and what have you. So, and if you still wanted to help out, hit the likes, hit the subscribes, and what have you, and comment down below about today's topic, which is the myths and misconceptions when it comes to collecting hot toys in art, once they sell collecting, or in collecting in general, for that matter. But here, Geekin Out, we tend to collect mostly just the hot toys and 1/6 and what have you. So, common myths and misconceptions, and I have my top 5 as of right now that I want to share with you guys. So, and also let me know down below if you have any more that I don't mention with you guys. I do want to hear them and also comment and share my thoughts with y'all. So let's get down to business real quick. So one thing I've been noticing with a lot of collectors coming into the game, right? The love of the game, right? Where it comes to having these myths and misconceptions and beliefs that certain figures will be the grails or be the investment of the future, the futurist, gentlemen, the future. The thing is, it's not that way, especially if you're just coming in as a greenhorn, just trying to start things out with collecting. It's not like that at all. Okay, and let's get down to business with that. So my number one most misconception and pretty much myth is number 1, the grail. The grail figure. It's the grail. Like, this is a grail, that's a grail, everything's a freaking grail. Especially when it comes to 1/6 collecting, right? You talk about the hot toys, you talk about the third parties, like some of the so-sos going up in price here and there, you know what I mean? Or going down in price. You never know. Well, the thing is, Grail has just been used so much nowadays, especially with the advent of new collectors coming in, and especially with the onslaught of numbers that keep on rising to the point where hot toys and 1/6 in general don't really push for grails anymore. From the looks of it, especially the way Hot Toys is doing things now, where the constant barrage of new releases of newer characters, 2.0s, reissues at times. Like, it's diabolical out there when it comes to collectors coming into play and trying to figure out what is the next grail and what is the next best thing out there. It's hard to judge that because the way Hot Toys and mostly 1/6 just keeps just barraging us with more stuff to consume, more consumption. It's diabolical.
That was diabolical.
Especially with what happened last week. We had the Darth Vader Artisan edition that got released from the Japans. Like, the original Japans it was pretty much on its way to becoming a rare piece for collectors, right? Coming to play. It was low batches, barely. Some countries or some regions didn't even have this piece up for pre-order, especially Sideshow here in the United States. We didn't see none of that batches. We didn't see none of that at all. And here we are with the damn freaking Darth Vader Artisan. Like, everyone started losing their damn minds over this damn piece. A Darth Vader Artisan piece, a Sith Apprentice. This is the Japan's version that was only available at Star Wars Celebration this year at April. Got re-released with a different package, different set of accessories. Most likely just the base, right? Which was the lava base instead of the hieroglyphic circle base from Ahsoka, right? The World Between Worlds, and also the change of eyes. But pretty much it's the same damn figure, but repackaged, right? And the prices have been plummeting down because of that release. And I've been seeing a lot of collectors still trying to sell these for at least $600, $700. This is a piece that was selling between $1,100, $2,000. Close to that anyway. It's crazy. Like the lowest you can do is freaking 1100 at the time. And this was the most recent of shenanigans when it came to how diabolical Hot Toys is, right? And then there's talks right now that Inart is trying to go back to certain pieces, right? Trying to do like 2.0s here and there, you know, like some pieces that didn't that they believe they could do better, like the Inart Joker. There's talks, there's only rumors, there's only talks and rumors, grain of salt. But I wouldn't be surprised if collectors out there like, you know what, I wish Inart would drop their Joker again. Maybe another 2-pack, maybe a 2.0. And maybe Inart is just looking to that. They're like, you know what, we could drop another Joker. You know, another Joker, maybe change up the accessories here and there, maybe a little bit more battle damage piece. You never know these days. You never know these freaking days anymore. And also it's just that influence, that must for more, the must to go and grab more from the collectors' wallets, grab more money from the collectors' wallets. And one of the ways, 2.0s reissues, I do apologize. There is pretty much a way. And as of right now, it's becoming much rarer now when it comes to a figure becoming a grail. But then again, grail is it's quite subjective. Like as of right now, if I had to look behind me when it comes to my collecting, right, my once to scale collectibles, I may call my Pittsburgh Steelers over here my damn freaking Umbra troopers as my grails, right? And then some collectors are like, oh, those are just troopers with the yellow body armor, Beato clone trooper body paint, what have you. You know, it's not for them. Or hell, people might call my anime Boba Fett over here as the grail, and my prototype Boba Fett as the grail. Or hell, my Bespin Leia, or my Palpatine on Throne, which is going for quite a bit of money because there has not been another Palpatine on Throne set from Return of the Jedi or a reissue or 2.0. There's been a lot of Palpatine and Sidious's out there, but not the one with the actual throne, you know? Which I wouldn't be surprised Hot Toys is cooking up something in the future to throw as a damn freaking throne somewhere when it comes to Palpatine or Sidious. I wouldn't be surprised the way that Hot Toys just keeps dropping stuff. When I started collecting, the most notorious grail that Hot Toys pretty much rug pulled under us. It was not even the Darth Vader Anakin can touch this. Okay, this was before the advent of 2.0s and reissues, where it was just a myth, a legend. It was unheard of that Hot Toys would start doing 2.0s and reissues. Like, it was diabolical. This, I remember, it was the talk of the town, the Mark freaking 47. Like, I remember when I was just coming into the game, the Mark 47 over here from Spider-Man. The story was that this piece, nobody picked this up when it was first released because it was a Iron Man figure from a Spider-Man promo movie, right? Its own homecoming movie, Spider-Man. It was more of a promo piece anyway that came out with the movie, and hardly anybody pre-ordered it. Hardly anyone bought it because it wasn't an Iron Man piece in his own movie, or Tony Stark in his own movie. So people said no to this damn piece. And they were like, you know, we got Avengers Infinity War, we got Avengers Endgame coming up, and it was already announced then. They were like, no, let's hold back. Let's go for these pieces. And also people felt that it was a lazy cash grab with this one because in reality it was just a Mark 46 repainted with a empty helmet that you can use for your Iron Man piece, like to create this whole shenanigans with Friday flying the damn freaking piece. And there she is right there, Friday with the empty helmet, right? With the AI system and what have you, and the Bluetooth technology that freaking Tony Stark was using from where he was in party. And also it was a beautiful piece too. Like, this piece was going for at least $2,000, between $1,500 $2,000. You couldn't even find this for $1,000. Like, you got lucky if you found this for $1,000. Imagine you spending $2,000 the night before, and then Hot Toys hit you with a reissue $400 reissue right here. You spent pretty much 5 times the amount the night before, and I saw this happen on eBay. It was diabolical when I first sold it. It was like, wow, damn. Hot Toys don't play. Hot Toys don't play. And I felt that this was the opportunity right here where collectors had to change lanes, had to change things up, because now no figure is safe. No figure is safe. People were going around social medias losing their damn minds, because if they could do this for Mark 47, they could do this to the Predators. They could do this to older Iron Man pieces. They could do this to Captain America. They could do this, whatever hype grail there was back then. They could just repackage it and put it out there on Sideshow again, or anywhere you buy your Hot Toys at, and boom, your grail piece is finito. Thanos snapped. But the thing is, at the end of the day, even though this was a grail in Iron Man collectors out there, at the end of the day, like, and this was pretty much had the makings, and it was the grail to have in your Iron Man collection, other than the Hulkbuster, of course. Hulkbuster was another piece that also was rising up in price, and it got reissued in 2.0 again. So at the end of the day, it's on you. It's on you to call what is a grail to you at the end of the day, because grail is just a subjective term. Like anything, like I said, could be a grail to you in your collection once it's scale collecting. So it's cool to have a figure that appreciates over time, and then it becomes like a standout in other collectors' eyes. Like, damn, you had that? Damn, that's a grail. You can't find that. I was talking about this the other day, is that, you know, the hype train, the hypometer. So great. Again, grails is nowadays is myths, misconceptions, and quite possibly you might see this again over time, because it becomes kind of like a random event, which is supposed to be. Grails tend to be random in nature. Like, not every figure is a grail. All right. But, you know, for me, when I come to collecting Hot Toys or 1/6 like, most of these are pretty much my grails at the end of the day. So I don't really have much of an issue when, you know, oh man, this is a grail, or that DeLorean over there is a grail. You know, I love these. I love them all. I love them all. So, and if I had to choose what were my grails, possibly my Star Wars stuff and, you know, my Pittsburgh Steelers, but I tend to not to worry about such things. But anyway, number 1, the grail. Number 2, social media is law. I am the law. Yes, I see this all the time when it comes to collecting Hot Toys or 1/6 or what have you, that people tend to associate social media, YouTube, Reddits, forums, you name it, Facebook groups. Your favorite YouTuber makes this law, you know, that this is the grail to have, this is the figure to have, this is the company to buy from, or this is the most hated figure of all time, you should not buy this. If you're a Hot Toy collector, you should be ashamed for buying this. If you're a Terminator collector, you should be ashamed buying this. I see this all the time. Don't get discouraged from other people's disagreements or hate bandwagons or what have you. If you like the figure and if you enjoy it, and if you like where you go to buy your pre-orders, or how you collect, right? At the end of the day, how you collect, right? There are people out there like to make fun of collectors, like Spider-Man collectors, or Iron Man collectors, or Star Wars collectors. Like, you guys keep buying the same damn Stormtrooper or Clone Trooper every freaking day. All right, come on now, come on. You know, I see this all the time. Yo, just do what you do. At the end of the day, just try to have fun, because otherwise, what is the point? What is the point? You're the one that's having fun. You're the one that's loving these Hot Toys. These are your Hot Toys. This is your enjoyment. This is your freaking escape. So enjoy it. Have fun. Don't let people come in and try and sway you. Like, you know what? I should not have bought that RoboCop 3 F-22 jetpack figure right there. I should have never bought it. Like the wrong paint job. I should cancel that General Grievous with the messed up scratch on the mask. I don't know why. What was Hot Toys doing at the end of the day? If you like it and love it, bring it home. Bring it home. That's you. That is all you.
And you mentioned Hot Toys. I love the Hot Toys.
I love the Hot Toys. I love it. And just have fun. Otherwise, what's the point?
Oh, and try to have fun. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, people tend to get swayed at times, you know, with what they see in social medias and what have you, or not even try and attempt on a piece. For example, just last week when the Darth Vader Artisan dropped on the Q systems, I bet you there are probably some collectors out there that said no to the Q system. They're like, you know, I'm not going to try it because apparently there's a 300 limit out there, 300 units that Sideshow only got. I saw that rumor spread out across Facebook. I can imagine collectors that were like 300. I ain't gonna give it a chance. I ain't gonna give it the time of day. I ain't gonna waste my time. There's only 300 units. How many people got freaking tricked like that and not joined the damn Q systems, which they could have joined and see how things worked out, and they probably could have secured the bag. Won the damn freaking Darth Vader Artisan Edition. And, you know, it lasted for 24 minutes. So that means it was more than just 300 units. It possibly could have been between 3,000 to 5,000 units from Sideshow, even though it was not announced how many units they were getting. Just so you know, it lasted for 24 minutes, nearly 30 minutes, which is pretty much the going rate when it comes to figures between 3,000 and 5,000 units, you know, and, you know, the more hyped up figures. So, and also, like I said, don't let your peers get the better of you. You do what you gotta do. Take their information, take their opinions, right? Analyze it, and see what you going to do for yourself. Does that information benefit you going forward versus hinder you? Because you could have been one of those collectors that saw that 300 number from Facebook, like, oh crap, it must be real because it's Facebook, it's social media. Oh boy, I ain't gonna go. And then that's, you know, you just screwed yourself. You hindered yourself from going forward with that. Damn.
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
You know how much I sacrificed?
You know how much I sacrificed. Yes. All right. Number 3. 1/6 investment, Hot Toys, Inart, Sideshow, etc. The one thing I've seen with the newer collectors coming into play is the common myth and misconception that 1/6 investments is the way. Like, you collecting Hot Toys will garner you a nice little golden egg of opportunities here to sell in the future, like stocks and what have you. You know, that's not the case. No. These figures don't appreciate like they used to, because the thing is, back then, before I started collecting, the Hot Toys figures were a lot more limited stock. Not much collectors were pre-ordering and what have you. Like, the numbers was a very niche collecting world, and Hot Toys still very niche in the grand scheme of things. Hot Toys is still very niche in the grand scheme of things, but the advent of the COVID crisis, 2020 shenanigans, collectors coming in with stimulus checks and what have you coming into play, and it was not only Hot Toys or not only 1/6 community. There was statue communities, there was Yu-Gi-Oh community, trading card communities, Warhammer 40K, D&D, tabletop communities. Brand new collectors come into play because there was nothing else to do but just spend your money on these sites and getting these collectibles or getting these new cards or getting, like, it was everywhere. Pokemon, it was crazy. The numbers were crazy. But then, you know, as things started to come back to formula, come back to the norms again, the numbers don't really add up anymore. And that's why, and these companies have to pivot a lot more. Like they have to stop putting out as many figures as they should, or make any more batches. That's why when you saw in Sideshow's site, right, on Sideshow's site, this was a very notorious thing because Sideshow had a lot of stocks from between 2020 and 2023. This was the time where I believe that Sideshow just overdid it with the batches they bought. They just overdid it with the batches because of the numbers they saw from the new collectors coming into play. Newer collectors coming into play and spending that kind of money, right? And then we see a lot of these figures that are still in stock to this day, from all those years ago. Like 2020, from 2020 to 2023. There are some toy fair and some summer showcase figures that are finally selling out. And it took 2 or 3 freaking years to do it. Versus the times where these figures tend to sell out within months, sometimes 6 months to a year. Hell, like the fastest ones I saw to sell out were usually between a few days and then waitlist. And they don't come back unless they get waitlist conversion. I wasn't still in that little pocket of collectors where I still saw opportunities where figures were selling out very quickly. For example, the Scarlet Spider. The Scarlet Spider right here. I remember this one. It was a Toy Fair exclusive that sold out within freaking hours. This one sold out within hours. People were losing their damn minds over social media over this. It was crazy. Nowadays, you do see this collecting is not the collecting, but the stocks are starting to reheal itself. You're starting seeing figures that are starting to sell out quite a bit. You've seen the authority card, which only lasted for a few months, is about to sell out. You saw the Terminators selling out, right? I feel that nowadays Sideshow and Hot Toys are just doing what the demand tells them to do. They're not trying to overdo it with their batches anymore. So when these figures come to stocks, you want to try and start keeping your eyes open, because now this is a different game. Things are now starting to sell out, which is going to be interesting going forward to see the landscape of Hot Toys when it comes to these figures that are coming out now, and now they're beginning to sell out bit by bit. See how well they're going to turn out in future collecting habits. Like, for example, are these going to rise up in price? It's going to be a lot harder to find. Like your currently General Grievous. That thing is sold out everywhere, unless you're buying overseas, and now overseas is just shenanigans with the prices because of the tariffs or what have you. So it's going to be quite a it's not going to be a good time. So you want to try and start investigating and doing your research and try to figure out what's best for you as far as routes and collecting, right? But if you feel that 1/6 investing is the way to make money, it's not the case. No, because it's just the collecting market is so volatile. There's no way to pretty much predict this. Hell, there's figures that are selling out right now that people didn't predict. They thought that, hey, you know what? These figures are going to sit out now. You know, Hot Toys don't sell out like they used to. And now we're getting figures that are selling. The Terminator line got freaking Thanos sapped. You see what I'm saying here? And hell, when it comes to Inart and Sideshow loves doing their reissues, right? And then Inart, they tend to leave their batches, their pre-order windows open with other stores. So you don't really know what's gonna be sitting out or what's gonna sell out. You know, it's like you can still buy Inart figures over there at Big Bad Toy Store or your whatever Inart figures are sold. So you see what I'm getting at? It's just too crazy. It's just crazy. It's just like you're enjoying the hobby and what have you, and now you want to try and invest in these hot toys. No, that's not the case. Or you coming into the game and you want hot toys to be the big investment, the big golden nest pool that you want. It's no. This is hobby for fun and shenanigans, right? And if you're trying to build your company or trying to build a store or what have you, that's a different story. But you're just a collector and you're trying to navigate through this 1/6 collecting world and trying to make this an investment. Yeah, you got another thing coming. No, you're gonna be destroyed.
This is magnificent.
Oh yeah, ooh, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
My yard.
Wait.
All of you.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that? Get everybody out of my yard.
There you go. That's perfect right there. What the hell is even that? That figure was supposed to appreciate over time. That figure was supposed to be my resale egg right there. That Anakin Darth Vader from Japan's was supposed to be my $2,000 investment for times 10 on those figures I bought. You know, I already saw people selling those Darth Vader's artisan edition for Japan's from the pallet ones. They bought these pallets full and they had to discount them because of the new batch of Darth Vader artisans that came out for Sideshow. It was crazy. It was crazy seeing that. But anyway, all right, guys, time to go for number 4. Pre-order is the way. Yes, I see this a lot when it comes to new collectors and also, veteran collectors. Do you pre-order and not pre-order? That is the question. It's topsy-turvy. For me, I have actually slowed down in pre-ordering because there are pre-orders I do want it to put my time on. Those exclusives that Hot Toys put out every year, between 20 to 40 exclusives a year, which is something new now. It was never that much. There was exclusives that were coming out that were probably about maybe 5-10 exclusives a year. Now they freaking double it. It's crazy to think about. And that's something that I've now slowed down my pre-order so I can make that room for those when they finally drop. Like your Darth Vader artisans, like your Kenobi artisans, like that special variant of freaking clone trooper that you want to buy, the Pittsburgh Steelers over here exclusive. You know what I mean? Here's the other side of that coin. You don't want to miss out, right? And then FOMO comes into play, where you don't want to miss out on pre-ordering a figure, and now it resells like crazy numbers on eBay and it's hard to find, and now you got to wait it out to see if it could drop down price later on, which most of the time it does. Most of these figures tend to drop down over time in price because the hype chain isn't there anymore. Now there's very rare figures out there that you don't see the drop-off point until years later. Talking about years. And maybe because it's probably there's a reissue or 2.0 that came out, or there's a better version of that figure coming out from another company. That tends to happen as well. But yes, pre-order is the way. Pre-order just depends on the collector yourself. As a collector, what best route is for you personally. Sometimes you don't even have options for Sideshow. Sometimes you probably have options for a mom and pop store or a company that you buy that's outside the United States. You got to pre-order early, or hell, you pre-order it from a company in the United States that you got to buy early before the stocks sell out. But the thing is, in the long run, you save money through that store by pre-ordering early with them, and then the rest is history. Bob's your uncle. Like, there's different ways to go about pre-ordering on your own, right? Like, you don't even personally, if you want to wait it out, like for me, the way I do things when it comes to pre-ordering, I don't have to always pre-order. Usually what I do is I see a figure. The only reason why I would like to pre-order a figure is probably send a message to Hot Toys. Like, yo, Hot Toys, I want more of this figure. I like the Terminators. I pre-ordered those. Like the Kenobi figure. I pre-ordered that. I pre-ordered the Anakin Skywalker. I want to wait it out to try a discount code. I'll get discount codes on another figure later on in the future, or a freebie from another figure. You know, it tends to be that way. So, like I said, at the end of the day, it's up to you, the sole collector, to figure out if pre-ordering is the way. So you don't necessarily have to always pre-order. Sometimes you're a collector that likes the discount codes. You like those coupon days or something. You know what I mean? Like, you like to take advantage of those niceties. And sometimes pre-ordering isn't the way. Sometimes you want to wait it out for this figure and see if it does hit the bargain bin.
Everyone in the world has the right to enjoy these animals.
Sure, they will. What, we'll have a coupon day or something.
A coupon day or something. But that was a quick one because, you know, when it comes to myths and misconceptions, when it comes to pre-order is the way, not necessarily. You don't really have to always pre-order. Okay, you can always choose the right path for you, for yourself, how you collect. That's how, if you're okay pre-ordering, that's fine with you. There again, that you're in that part of your life where you're fine pre-ordering every damn figure you want. That's on you. That's you. That's you. You know how to, you personally know the collector that you are. All right. You're the only one that has to pivot or make the decisions to better you in the long run. All right. Okay. Final. Release the Hot Toys. Release the toys. So the myth and misconception when it comes to release the toys, right? Collectors tend to think that when a toy gets released on Facebook and collectors are getting it left or right, or their favorite influencer gets it within a few weeks to days, they think that the freaking release is done. Like, everyone's going to get it now. I'm going to get this figure. Hell, freaking people still haven't gotten their damn freaking Wolverines. And that's been released like 2 months ago, I think. Or a month. I can't remember. I just know that collectors haven't gotten their Wolverines, and it's a constant shenanigans all over Facebook. But every influencer they can imagine is getting their freaking Wolverines right now. But the thing is that doesn't tend to be the case. Now, there are some rarities where influencers are getting their pieces, and then the collectors are getting their pieces, like the Doom. People were getting the shipments on Doom. Some people were getting shipments on the other Hot Toy figures. And then, let's not get started with Inart. Oh my God, with freaking Inart. You're gonna have thoughts and prayers, as Adobe would say. Like, you could, dude. There's collectors out there that still hasn't seen their freaking. Let me see. What was it? Not Aragorn. And I forgot which figure it was. There's a figure that came out last year and still people still haven't gotten them yet. Like, for example, for me, when it came to what was the longest one? I think the Batman's took a minute. Like, I didn't get my Batman from Kit till like the end of the year last year, and that thing was already released. Like, damn, it's wild out here. It's wild out here. But the common misconception is that collectors think that when they get a damn freaking notification from their favorite YouTuber or on Facebook that has been released, that's not the no, it's not. You're not going to get this piece right away. It's very rare that you do get a piece from certain retailer or what have you. Now, if you do end up wanting to get this piece early, sometimes you got to buy it from a reseller from HK and what have you, and that's one way to do it as well. Personally, I wouldn't bother with it. I wouldn't bother with it now, because sometimes prices tend to rise in certain pieces unless you didn't pre-order it early enough with your favorite reseller or retailer outside that can get it to you sooner rather than later than other collectors. For me, I pre-ordered my Wolverines the moment they dropped through Jeremy, Pats Hero Collectibles. Tell them that the man with the Gundam hat sent you. I bought those a year ago when they first were dropped because I wanted to get these early on. Because I had a feeling those figures were going to take forever from shipping through Sideshow. So the thing is, you got to plan these out. and then plan things out accordingly, so you don't have to worry about getting destroyed by the price tags that you're gonna have to deal with these figures. If they either sell out from your favorite store and now you want to try and get it from a reseller and they're gonna, you know, screw you over with the prices. At the end of the day, release the toys. It's gonna be a wait. Whether it's Hot Toys, when it's Inart, you name it. It's gonna be a wait. Even statues take years to finally be fully released. So that's it for what I have today, guys. Myths and misconceptions when it comes to collecting 1/6 and what have you. Let me know in the comments down below if you have a myth or misconception that you want to share, and probably I'll do another top 5 myths and misconceptions with you for a later video, which I do want to talk about with you guys and share with you guys with more misconceptions, because it was only just for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right now. The number 1, the Grail. Number 2, social media is the law. Number 3, 1/6 investments, Hot Toys, Inart, Sideshow, etc. Pre-order is the way, and release the toys at number 5. Oh, another thing I forgot to say, that number 2, social media is the law. It's so crazy that Inart tried to sway collectors with the freaking Wonder Woman by throwing in their best weapon, Justin collections. Okay, Justin's freaking collections, to try and sway collectors that the Inart Wonder Woman was the best of the best, the perfect damn freaking head sculpt. That wasn't the case. It was literally a bombshell on that video, to the point where Justin had to remove the video. Inart wasn't happy with the reception with that video. They thought that, you know, with the help of social media, with the help of Justin collections, they can sway the collectors that this head sculpt is the bee's knees, is the best of the best. So that didn't work out. So that's what I'm saying. Social media is the law. No. It's most of the time it's not the case. Social media does help with sharing opinions and criticisms with other collectors, and also sharing tips and tricks, and, you know, try and navigate through social media to benefit yourself in the long run, versus trying to find a way to just either hate or sell misinformation to collectors and what have you. You don't want to be in that situation. So either way, guys, thank you all for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and hit the thanks hype button. That helps greatly with the videos nowadays. And also hit that thanks if you want to super channel as well. The thanks button as well. It's kind of like a bit of a super chat here and there, but for the videos, if you want to do that as well. Like, there's so many ways. And also we got the join button coming up pretty soon, and also will be the Discord coming up. So stay tuned for those, guys. I know, guys, I'm working on it. But thank you guys for watching. Remember, we're just simple collectors trying to make our way in this freaking galaxy. I made a weapon with you always. Thanks, you guys, and release the toys. Y'all need to freaking relax. Okay, y'all need to relax. Just be patient. It is coming, guys. It is freaking coming. Take it easy, guys.
Ain't you twits lucky that I showed up? Don't you worry. Daddy's home.
Today, victory is mine. Long live the Empire.